So I'm using all drugstore products to do my brows and the brow tool. And these little CoverGirl nano pencils are so fine. The tip is 1 millimeter thick, so they will create a really super fine hair-like stroke. So I set the width of my brow tool to the width that I want my eyebrows. I'm going to mark my 3 points, the beginning, arch, and end of the brow. So here's the magic of the brow tool. You create the upper and lower limit for the beginning, the upper and lower limit for the arch of your brow, and then that tail end. And now with these little nano pencils, I'm just going to make little marks from the beginning up to that arch. And now you have created 2 lines and a contour for that body of the brow. Now I'm just going to lay the tool flat and connect the upper and lower pieces of that arch to the tail end. And you're going to make sure that tail end doesn't fall lower than the beginning of the brow. Okay, and now all you do is fill it in. The difference here is that now you have that contour so that you know how much product to put on your eyebrows. So that idea of having these uneven eyebrows done. You now have the brow tool that has created those upper and lower limits. Filling them in is so easy. It doesn't matter what kind of brow product you use. So this is the Build-A-Brow by Maybelline. It's a super great product too. It has the gel on the other end, but it is a great product to really create those hair-like strokes. So sure, all these eyebrow products out in the market work so great, but what you really need first is the shape to be right. And if you have that contour so you know exactly where you need to fill them in, of course the product is going to look fantastic. When you mark all the points on your brows, the upper and lower points on your arch, the upper and lower points on the beginning, now you're seeing that that's even with your other brow. You're just really starting to create the shape of your brows in an even and very consistent way so that when you fill them in, you know exactly where the product is going to go. So here again, I'm putting the dots going between the beginning and the arch, and it's just the faintest of lines, so it's really not a bulky look. And what you're going to do is brush up those hairs and connect that tail end to those 2 points at the arch. You really become the pro of your own brows because you start to see where your hair is lacking, where maybe you over tweezed, or maybe they're just unbalanced. So the brow tool becomes this quick way of measuring so that you see exactly where you need to fill them in. There are so many great eyebrow products on the market. You can use a powder, you can use a fine tip pen, you can use these nano pencils, or just a regular brow pencil. The skinny retractable ones work the best in the brow tool. But the great thing is now that you have a tool that helps you shape them, all the brow products are so easy to use, it's exciting doing brows again, and you really become an expert. I love brow products that have a good spoolie on the end. You'll just clean up the edges so that it is a nice soft rounded edge in the front. And then I'll jump back in with the Build-A-Brow again, that fine tip pen, but start from the edges first and use a very light hand. It makes the brow hairs look so fine and great. When I use the fine felt brow pens, I'll let it dry a bit before I put the setting gel. The Build-A-Brow Maybelline has the gel set on the other end. Once you start using the brow tool, you will wonder why you haven't seen this before. It is a great little tool to measure and take the guesswork out of brow shaping. Browtool.com. It'll change your game.